Well, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, depending on when you're watching this. And welcome to another installment of Crossroads Community News. It is so good to be with you today. I'm joined alongside, as always, by Pastor Mick. Pastor Mick, how are we doing?
We're doing great. Here we are underneath the huge tree in our backyard of the office, and behind that set of bushes out there is the Chittenango Field of Dreams. Any of you see the game last night? Crazy Yankees lost it in the bottom of the ninth. I hate it. But anyway, on the other side of our field is not just corn, there are wild animals from the wild. So we have a special place to be.
It's beautiful.
So that's great news. Now I have some news to talk about that's not as great a news, and it's difficult for us to talk about this, but the Delta variant is rising, and there's been recommendations from the CDC, which we want to inform you that for this weekend, we just want people to, on your own, decide. It's everyone's own decision, but recognize that it has been recommended from the CDC and from our county health department that everyone, whether they're vaccinated or not, should wear a mask. We're not going to be doing any distancing. We're not going to be doing any checking. It will be up to you. But our people up front in general will be wearing a mask unless they're speaking directly. And that's what we're going to do for now. We're praying that God's going to kind of flatten this curve and stop the rise that's been happening. But that's where we're going now. And the other reason you're going to want to put up with having a mask on, even if you decide you want to come and you wear one, is because we're going to be starting a new series.
That's right. We're starting a new series. It's going to be super exciting. We are starting a series called Colossians, All That and More. So we are taking a 9-week deep dive into this book of Colossians, this letter that Paul wrote to this church in Colossae that he had never even been to before, but he had been hearing great things about them. And so I think you're going to hear some great things too. Make sure you invite people. I think we're going to have some new guests with us this week, but we have a lot of cool things that are going on in there. But as we even go through the book of Colossians, some of you have heard the gospel tens of hundreds of times, and I want to encourage you, that's awesome. And you should count yourself lucky, because a lot of people actually haven't. And so as we go through Colossians, we're going to be talking about the gospel a lot, okay? And so in these moments when we invite people to respond to it, I would encourage you to be in prayer for those people and just be praying throughout the week that as these new people come and hear about what Jesus can do for their lives for the first time, that you would just have them on your hearts and in your prayers, that God would really encounter them and really just get into their lives in a crazy way and in an awesome way. So we're really excited about it. We're going to be talking a lot about Jesus, and it's going to be great. So make sure you're there. Make sure you invite someone who should be there.
May want to even read some of Colossians in advance.
Totally.
Read through. I mean, you could probably read the whole book in 15 minutes.
Easily.
And then just go back and focus on the first 10, 15 verses of that and think about what it means to you, even in advance. And then trust, I believe God's going to use, the Holy Spirit's going to use Cooper to challenge all of us.
Yeah,
so,
it's going to be great. So, super excited about that. Pastor Nick, got anything else?
I think that's it. So
Short one this week, but as always, we will see you later.